do you think you guys did up there against him?
We definitely could have done better. I mean, obviously he's really good, and he probably was ready for the game plan. But I think we could have done better if we played like we played on the second half. We probably would have had a better chance. So we're definitely gonna learn from that, and next time will be better.
What worked in the second half and specifically with the last 5 minutes?
More energy, more focus on the game plan. Obviously, people diving on the floor, and we were blitzing a lot, so we were ready for the blitz and boxing out. I think that's what really gave them a chance. They had a lot of second chance point the second half.
When you are helping on covering a guy like is there more emphasis for the guys behind you to pick up the cutters? Or do you feel like maybe that was
Uh,
the issue within the past game loss?
Yeah, I mean, when you blitz, everybody got to move. Everybody got to be at the same page. And obviously, when you blitz, they're going to pass it to the pocket. And then the back row got to be able to make a move, either close out for the open three in the corners or make a play on the ball. So, obviously, we did better the second half. But the first half, it was a little too easy for him. And he kept finding everybody. So, just be able to come ready as soon as the game starts. That will bring a low end.
I was tough blow to lose Pascal there at the end of the third quarter. What was the kind of the mentality to go out there without your leading scorer in the fourth?
I mean, he's been leading us the whole year, so obviously we wanted to play hard, and obviously we missed him out there. Obviously as a leader, but yeah, the mentality is still the same. Obviously, when you get the chance to play, go hard, play hard, and obviously we can't replace Pascal with one person. It has to be collectively. So obviously, this is something that we need to focus on. Hopefully, he's not out for a while because we do need him.
The physicality that OG kind of set the tone with,
Yeah.
what's it like from him specifically?
He's trying to get Defensive Player of the Year. Obviously, you can see it. He's focusing on all the right things, trying to steal the ball, trying to be aggressive. He always had that in him. I mean, I know OG for a little bit, so it's just great to see him do it now, and obviously it's just going to keep going. I think for a lot of people, that is not a surprise. Everybody knows what OG could do on defense.
Are you noticing that it's just maybe coming a little bit quicker this year?
Either he just goes for it now more than that before, because I think he always had the reads. It's just he's more aggressive on it now. But yeah, we've seen that. I've been here for 5-6 years, seeing do it on practice. Now he's just to do it on the court and in games. So it's great to see.
Coach kind of mentioned a little bit of defensive rotations being a little bit tightened up and what you improved on. Is there anything that you're seeing there, kind of being one of the centers, obviously, of like the defensive side that you feel like collectively the team can be improved?
Yeah, I feel like we just gotta be confident in each other, knowing that if you do a rotation that is not you, that somebody's gonna recover. I think we had a couple of times where all the recovers were there. We recovered for everybody, but then they kick it out, and that one person is stuck in the middle, thinking that he needs to stay with his man. But I think that's something we gotta get better at. We did it really good at San Antonio, where we didn't care who was rotating. I think we need to do that a lot more, especially when we got 5 guys the same size. We shouldn't be worrying about who goes and get who.
To have Scottie be able to kind of pick things up the last moments of the game, what do you like from what he was able to create on offense?
This way more aggressive. I mean, obviously he could pass and all that, but he could do a lot of stuff on offense too. And he seems like he pick and choose when to do it, and it's a good thing. But I think he could do it a lot more. Obviously, huh?
Some of those hook shots that he said?
No. I mean, like I said, I've seen Scottie do so many things that I'm not surprised at anything that he does on the floor. As you can see, like it looks good every time he does something. Like I said, we trust Scottie on everything that he does. So it doesn't matter if it's a hook shot or running three, whatever it is. I'm confident with every shot that Scottie takes.
Yeah, he's doing well. He's doing fine.
What exactly happened?
I think I just came off a screen and his foot, I think either Christian or the finished foot I just ran into, and I just kind of fell on it. But it was fine now.
Great charge down to the stretch there, Scottie. What changed for you guys that you were able to sort of make such great inroads into the league?
I think we just tightened up some things defensively. We got a couple calls. Got some offense for rebounds. We was able to get energy. Just try to push through that comeback. So we got some offensive rebounds. Chris got some offensive rebounds. We just made some defensive plays that will help us come back into the game.
For yourself, it's your first triple-double in your career. Congratulations. But when it comes to that fourth quarter, how are you able to, in moments and in crunch time, discern what your team needs at specific moments, whether it's a pass or going to
Say it again.
How are you able to discern? I know that, like, bringing up the ball, you talked about being fast at your reads and kind of making decisions in those moments. At what point if you're bringing the ball to you, are you able to discern whether you're willing to take it up or pass it out to get other people going on offense?
We're just trying to, I would just say we came in the huddle, was just really trying to find where the ball should be and what we should play through. Try to find me, Gary, OG. OG had it going really well. Just try to find us three guys to try to make a play. So I feel like that's what we just really just talked and communicate over in the huddle. Find those three guys to our screening roll, try to make something happen.
What was that light switch moment for you in the game where, you did go from like scoreless a good portion of the game to finishing with your first career triple-double? What was that light switch moment?
I don't really know. I was just playing the game. Shots wasn't falling from me, really. I was just trying to really do other things, trying to stay connected into the game, playing my game, picking up full court. I was just trying to get defensive stops. Everything else came along within the game. So I would say I was a little bit more aggressive in the fourth quarter for sure. But other than that, I was playing the game the right way, trying to get defensive stops, rebounding, pushing, trying to get everybody involved.
But when shots aren't falling for you, then how are you able to kind of just let that go and think about the next play?
Miss a shot, they get a rebound, give it up to Luka. Just try to pick up full court, try to get a stop, try to make it hard for him. Even though he plays at his pace, just try to do those little things. Try to get back into it, get a rebound, push again, try again. The next time, just playing basketball, it happens fast, so you can't just keep dwelling on one play. You got to push through it and go to the next play. So I feel like that's the best way to do it, just try to pick up full court and try to make them work that way.
Well, you guys saw he slipped there. Looks like it's something in the groin. They're going to get the imaging and stuff done. Yeah.
Those stretches in which you do find those offensive stuff, you've had a couple of them this season. What kind of adjustments are you making to get the guys going in those moments?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we talked at halftime a little bit about it was a few too many possessions where we shot early contested, right? That we didn't try to get in the paint or get to the rim or execute something, right? Just you're going to have a couple of those here and there, but we had probably maybe like 7 in the first half. And the reason those hurt you is when they don't go in, it usually leads to a difficult defensive transition. So we're kind of doubly hurting ourselves there, right? So just, tried to talk to them about, crack off the dribble and move it to the other side, et cetera. We'll need some of those moves or kind of plays at some point later in the shot clock, but we got to probe a little bit more first, yeah.
The last 5 minutes of the quarter, Scottie seemed to be creating and kind of doing it all to give the team a chance. What you like from him?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think he was having a very good game until late, the fourth quarter, right? In fact, I think I took him out pretty early in the third. But, he does that sometimes. He gets himself going, and we kind of needed both him and Gary. They were both kind of, both having, really quiet nights as far as, getting the ball in the bucket or creating for others. But they both kind of came to life a little bit and gave us a chance. I mean, we played pretty hard tonight, but we just didn't play quite well enough. We didn't shoot it quite well enough. We didn't handle the ball quite well enough. Made a few too many mistakes in our rotations and schemes and things like that. We just didn't play well enough probably to deserve to win, but we did hang and fight and kind of gave ourselves a chance there. But just didn't play quite well enough.
You talked before the game about the extensive game planning.
Yep.
For Doncic. How do you think you performed on that end?
Yeah, not that good, right? I thought we had We just didn't get some things executed very well or consistently enough. I give them some credit. They made a lot of shots when they got it out of there, right? You can't have them probably hit as many like in a row as they did there for a stretch, right? We did finally get them to miss a little bit. I don't think we turned them over. I mean, we turned them over what? 19, but we didn't really gain in that because we turned it over 19, right? Usually we got to have a plus, we got to have a big plus in that area for us, and it wasn't quite. I thought there was a lot. We tipped a lot of stuff that ended up being good for them somehow, right? We just didn't quite recover a lot of our deflections tonight. And that happens sometimes. It's just kind of the way the ball bounces. Or they were pretty sharp too. I thought they were running down a lot of loose balls and getting a lot of that stuff done on their end too. So I'll give them credit.
Is the gamble you take when you're kind of sending that extra help at Doncic, just the cutters and being aware of
Is there a what?
the gamble you kind of take? If
Oh,
you're-
yeah.
if you're going
For
to
sure.
help? Yeah.
For sure. I mean, it's kind of take and give, right? You know what you're trying to take away, and you realize you're giving up something, right? So it's a little bit of that, and you just got to do a little better job. There was usually when we do that stuff, we're pretty good at getting back to our rotations and making them continue to play 5-on-5. Right, and we didn't do that enough tonight. Anytime we did that, we had really good defensive possession, but we didn't quite do that enough tonight.
How do you manage your expectations when you don't have Fred available? Even Kem would have been probably effective down low to begin or at some point.
Yep.
And then Pascal goes down, and you still fight back. But how do you manage that expectation of what you want from your team?
Well, I mean, you don't really have much choice other than to keep playing, right? And you got to believe you can still get it done. Right, and things just shift, right? Like you lose a couple of your main creators and shot takers, and that stuff just shifts to other guys, and it kind of did there for a stretch. I thought OG and Scottie and Gary kind of stepped up when Pascal went out, and that's how you got to look at it. You just got to go, and nobody's feeling sorry for you, right? When you're losing players, you got to keep playing.
What do you make of like OG's stretch now of performances? Obviously, you had another good night
Yep.
tonight. Is your expectations rising with him with these stretches, or?
Well, I think I said this the other day. I think he's logged some fairly heavy minutes, which I think has got him in pretty good shape, right? I think to me he's moving both ends, longer stretches well, and his defense has been good. He's still making a lot of plays at that end, and it's good. It's good experience for him. We had to go to him and draw up a few plays for him and all those kind of things. And some of them he did very well. Some of them just missed, rolled out, but he needs the reps, right? The reps are what's gonna make him be able to step up and make more than he misses.
You talked about the improvement of his reads, but
Yep.
obviously he's a guy with size. How much feedback do you give him to just kind of go further? The moment there where he could have kicked off, when Doncic was guarding him and he just went right into him.
Well, I mean, listen, when you're trying to create, we always say if you create two defenders on you, you got to get off it. If you don't, you got to score it, right? So that's all the reads that we're trying to make, and you got to have something in your bag of tricks one-on-one to try to make that play, right? So, and that's kind of what we've been all talking about Pascal doing. He's getting to the spots and scoring, or if they come at him, he's just zipping it out. And he did a good job of that tonight, Pascal. We didn't shoot it. I thought we had some really good looks from some really good shooters tonight early, and we didn't make anything early, or really consistently enough for what that was creating.
There was that one stretch in the second quarter, I think, where Dodgers on the bench for most of the 8 minutes, and you guys played them even. You're expecting maybe to get a little jump on them with him out.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I don't think that we locked in and executed enough stuff correctly on the other guys, right? We just didn't. There was a stretch there where Dinwiddie really hurt us for a stretch, and we had schemes in for that, and we weren't executing them. You're right, and that was kind of the message I gave them to start the fourth, because assumed Doncic was going to be out after playing the whole third, right? that we're guarding them straight up, right? Execute the coverages the way we're supposed to, and let's go. And they did much better that time, but you're right, they didn't in that stretch in the second.
Helps have Otto's experience out there as well.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think he creates some spacing, right, for sure. That you can just see the difference in the spacing with him out there and how close they stay to him. It gives guys driving lanes. It gives us a chance to roll to the basket some more.
There was a sequence out there where you kind of mentioned it in the pregame about, you're not mad at Loco for going out and swinging at the ball, but then it exposes kind of like the help side rotation. I saw that exactly unfolded. Is that what you're talking about tweaking when you're talking about like?
Yeah, I don't know. He got some pretty light ones there early. I mean, one of them he got pushed from behind into a foul. One was just a little tangle up. He got some pretty light ones. It was a tough night on him, I thought.